Well, hello. I'm going to show you how to do Cecily stitch. Okay, it's a stitch video, but I'll give you enough tips to be able to do something. And this is what Cecily stitch looks like. It's a pretty stitch. It has lots of texture. It doesn't curl at all. I do have one roll of purl in here. I didn't do anything for the edge. All I did was slip the edge, which I often do if I have a purl in there, because a purl can give you such a bumpy edge. And I didn't do any kind of an edge except for slipping it. And I just did a chain cast on, and I went right into the stitch. So I have it's a 3-row stitch. And the one row that's purl you can see here because it comes up in this kind of wavy thing right there, and right there, and right there. So the wavy part there is the purl. It's a really nice stitch with really good stitch definition too. The other side looks really nice as well. Quite interesting look to it if you want, with a lot of texture too if you want to be reversible, and it doesn't curl at all. I have my little marker here, which I always do, so I know what stitches I'm doing. And because it's 3 rows, you're constantly alternating which direction a certain stitch goes, and that's nice with this stitch because it keeps the stitch absolutely straight. It's a Cindywood loom. Should be written on it. It is 36 pegs, and it is a 5/8 inch gauge. Just a nice little loom for making baby hats, and it makes good shawls, scarves, all that kind of thing. Okay, so the yarn I'm using. Now this yarn is Barocco Topaz yarn. It's a worsted weight, and because I'm on a fairly wide gauge loom, I wanted it to be wider, so I'm using 2 strands. So what I did was I rolled my 2 strands together. I always do that. That way, no problems, no tangling. I usually put it in a yarn bowl, but when I don't have a yarn bowl, I just keep it in a plastic bag. It rolls around fine in there. Okay, so it's Topaz by Barocco, and the color is 3122. Oh no, that's the dye lot. The color is 1220. 1220, and it is a number 4, like I said. It's 72% wool, 20% alpaca, and 8% nylon. And you get quite a lot. You get 240 yards in it. And so you could do it with a finer gauge, but I really liked it when I did wind it together, because in this color, which is just a bunch of, as you can see, kind of pale yellows and blues, I just liked the way it went together when I wound it together. So anyway, I enjoy it. It has a great feel. It's nice and soft. And I guess we'll get a loom hook. I'm going to grab one here. And this loom hook is from a company that doesn't make them. It's an acrylic type form, but you can get similar ones on Etsy. Artisanal Turnings, I think is the name of his shop. Okay. So I think that's all I had to show you. Okay, so we start row 1, and I just slipped it there, but I'll show you on the other side. Row 1 is owl eye. So, first I'll tell you about the cast on. It's just a chain cast on, and it will be on my channel, both the cast on and the matching cast off. Just scroll down in the description, and then I went right into the stitch. The first row was the owl eye. So here we go. We're starting just after the cast on in the owl eye stitch. So we go over peg 1 like this, knit it over, then we go behind and over peg 1 and 2 and knit them off. Okay, whatever peg you're on is peg 1, go behind it over peg 1 and 2, keeping it nice and loose, and just knit it off. Okay, on peg 1 over peg 1 and 2, nice and loose, just knit them both over. On peg 1 over peg 1 and 2, nice and loose, and just knit them over. Okay, that's all there is to owl eye. And then we're coming to the end here, so we just do owl eye again. We go back behind over owl eye. I'm just holding the yarn there and knit it off. And then I'm just going to do an E-wrap here and knit it off. Almost got my little hook. And that's it. That's all I'm doing for the edge. And then the second row is roses and chains, my roses and chains stitch, and I have videos on my channel just like I do with owl eye if you want to see the stitches more. So for roses and chains, we just go over, we come back over the opposite way, not too tight or it'd be hard to knit over. Oop, slipped off. And then back over this way. Okay, so it's 3 stitches over the first way, come back around opposite, and back around again. So it's 3 U-wraps, but it's the direction they're going. So over this way, come back over this way, come back over this way. That's all there is to it. And together these 2 stitches is one of my stitches. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's one of my dream stitches, but adding the purl to it makes it a different stitch. The purl isolates these 2 stitches together, and that's what gives you that pattern. So roses and chains, very easy to do. I'll do one more nice and slow for you. It's over in a U-wrap, come back over the opposite way in a U-wrap, come back over the opposite, the way we're going again. That's all there is to it. Come back in an E-wrap, and I slip the stitch. And now we do a row of purl. And there's lots of videos about doing a purl. I just go under, scoop it up, flip it over, and tighten. I go flip it up and tighten. So loom hook in the yarn, scoop up the working yarn, put the new loop on. Really easy. I don't do purls that much. I don't do straight knits or straight purls very much at all. I mean, I've done them for years. It's what you do all the time in needle knitting, and I thought, boy, you have a loom, you have all these pegs on here, why can't you just do all kinds of stitches using different techniques and combining things? And that's how I got going, and it's a lot of fun. I like to create new stitches and have different looks. When I go out, people can't guess what my stitches are that I'm wearing. They'll be like, what is that? Is that knit? Is that crochet? And they never guess it's loom knitting. So it's kind of fun too. But anyway, E-wrap on the sides. And now we've done the 3 rows. So now we're going to do owl eye. Okay, so to go this way with owl eye, you go over peg 1, come behind and go over peg 2. Behind, over peg 1 and 2. Keeping it loose, on peg 1, over peg 1 and 2, on peg 1, over peg 1 and 2. Very easy stitch. You can just whip along doing this. And you don't have to worry about curling. You always do your second wrap on this peg, and then you come around. And then it's roses and chains. So you go over, back again, and over this way. Over, back again, and over this way. Over, back again, and over this way. So very, very easy stitches to do, and you can just whiz along. And for all you people who love pearls, I have a pearl in this one. I'm not against pearls. I just like to combine pearls in new ways. I just like to do stitches that don't look like ordinary stitches. I like to do new and different all the time. And then we just come and do the E-wrap on the edge, and now it's a row of pearl. So that's all there is to it. 3-row pattern. Now you're doing the pearl this way, and it's going to keep reversing like that as you go. Okay, I'll do 2 of them, and then we can take a look at it and see we've done more, and it actually grew quite a bit doing those stitches, see? But it's longer now. It's a pretty fun stitch to do. It's not going to curl, so you can use it for just about everything. You can do it in the round if you'd like. You can do scarves, shawls, cowls, blankets even. I mean, it's a nice stitch for blankets. It's a nice stitch for just about anything. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, bye.